Hey, so today we're going to take a look at how to solve equations that have more than two steps. And the word we call these type of equations is multi-step equations. So sometimes you're going to come into a algebra situation where it seems like there is a lot of steps to take, and you can't just figure the problem out by just simply kind of guessing or relying on your mental math strategies. there's You have to follow the process that I've been getting you guys to sort of memorize. Okay, so we're going to go through. There's four steps to solving a multi-step equation. All right, so I'm going to just minimize this a little bit. All right, so the first step that I wanted to show you guys is to simplify each side. So if you're able to combine like terms, then you should do so. If you're able to do some multiplication of numbers that are inside brackets, then you should do so. If there's subtraction, or if there's addition or even multiplication that has to happen, you should do that now. And that's your first step. So to simplify each side. The second step is to eliminate the variable from the right side. So you need to eliminate the variable from the right side of the equation. The next step is to eliminate the constant from the left side of the equation. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that in a minute. And the last step is to divide each side by the coefficient. So this should be sounding pretty familiar, because this is the same stuff that we've been going through with one-step and two-step algebra. Dividing by constants, dividing by coefficients, or multiplying if it's a fraction, or adding and subtracting in order to isolate the variable. Okay, so let's just clear this up, and let's do a practice problem. So here's a problem that sort of looks tough. This is going to be a multi-step equation. So 3 times x plus 1 is equal to 5 plus x. So looking at this equation, it's not like you can just guess random numbers. You have to follow the process that I have taught you about. So the first step is to simplify each side. So we're going to do that by multiplying everything that's inside of these brackets by everything on the outside of these brackets. And usually we would follow BEDMAS, but we don't know what x is, so we can't exactly follow BEDMAS in this situation. So what we do is we're going to multiply 3 times x and 3 times 1, and we're going to write it out. So it's going to be 3x plus 3 is equal to, and nothing changed on this side of the equation, 5 plus x. Okay? So that actually simplifies the equation, because now there's no brackets, and now it's a more simple equation. But it's still a multi-step equation. It's still quite a complicated equation, and we need to follow the right steps. So the next step here is to eliminate the variable from the right side. So this is the left side of the equation, and this is the right side of the equation. So this is the left and that's the right. So we're going to eliminate the variable from the right side. So remember, the variable is this x here. So in order to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to subtract x from both sides of the equation. Okay, I'm running out of room here. Subtracting x from both sides. Now if I subtract x from this side here, it just gets rid of it. And if I subtract 1x from 3x, then I'm going to have 2x's. So that will give us 2x plus 3 is equal to 5. Okay, now we're at a place where we can just do two-step algebra. So we're going to eliminate the constant term from the left side. The constant term in this situation is the number 3. We're going to subtract 3 from both sides. and that's going to cross this out, and that's going to become 2. So now we can say that 2x equals 2. And the final step is to divide each side by the coefficient. So I'm going to divide this side by 2. I'm going to divide this side by 2. And so I'm going to erase this down here. We can say that x is equal to 1. So that is how you solve multi-step algebra. So let's try